Sancho, what are you doing again at Chelsea? You are not to go to Chelsea and do anything extra. You are doing it so much. You are doing extra. You are doing some extras. You are supposed to be doing them at Manchester United. Why did Manchester City in the first place sell Cole to Chelsea? What kind of a free kick was that? Cole, what are you doing with football? Is Enzo Maresca getting everything right at Chelsea? Is it the part that was missing during Pochettino, Graham Potter and Tuchel's time at Chelsea? Is it the right man to take Chelsea back to where they're supposed to be in the Premier League? Of course, Enzo Maresca is the right person to take Chelsea back to where they're supposed to be in the Premier League. Not even the Premier League, but is the person who is going to be changing everything at Chelsea. Joining the team just a few months ago, and he has turned everything around at Chelsea. How Chelsea played their game against Brighton, it was a pure class. Which other Premier League team have ever scored 4 goals in the first half minutes? If not Chelsea alone. We all knew this would be another season for us to imagine and think and guess what Chelsea should be doing for them to play better and improve their performance. We were very wrong because they got the right person who has turned Chelsea into the Premier League's Bayern Munich. How did Chelsea manage to play 6 Premier League games, won 4 games, drew 1 game and defeated 1 game? The 1 game that they were defeated, they played against Manchester City. I think it was around 18th of August. And being defeated by Manchester City in the Premier League, it is always very normal. Relax, we know exactly what it means to play against Manchester City. And Chelsea being defeated by Manchester City is not a big problem. How Chelsea managed to score 15 goals in 6 games is now the big question. Chelsea destroyed 6 goals. Through the game against Crystal Palace 1-1. Chelsea battered West Ham 3-0 in the away game. And now Chelsea decided to humiliate and destroyed Brighton 4 goals. Cole, what are you doing with football? How on earth can someone score 4 goals in the first half minutes? And when you talk about Cole scoring 4 goals for Chelsea in the game against Brighton, how did Manchester City now ended up selling Cole for 40 million to Chelsea Football Club? How did Manchester City ended up selling one of the best players in the team? And right now, if I'm not wrong, I think they're struggling at some point. Cole has proven to be the player each and every team are jealous of. Cole is so good to play for Chelsea Football Club. He should be playing for Real Madrid. He should be playing for Manchester City. Why did Manchester City in the first place sell Cole to Chelsea? Since joining Chelsea, Cole has proven to be the key player for the team, and there is no player in the Chelsea team who can play better than Cole. Cole is so good to play for Chelsea. I'm not saying he's not supposed to be playing for Chelsea, but we know Chelsea for sure. He's one of the teams in the Premier League. They are giving their players the longest contracts ever, and they're not going to be letting Cole leave that team anytime soon, which means Cole will be spending most of his career at Chelsea Football Club. Sancho, what are you doing again at Chelsea? You are not to go to Chelsea and do anything extra. You are to go there, have some good time, enjoy football, play football in a simple way, nothing extra. Come back to Manchester United Football Club, the club you're supposed to be playing football for. You are doing it so much. You are doing extra. You are doing some extras. You're supposed to be doing them at Manchester United. And for anyone who said Sancho is no longer good to play for Manchester United, Sancho disrespected the manager, Sancho did this and this, no. You should be sorry because I think right now you've seen the Sancho who is supposed to be playing football. When Sancho is in a good environment and is given some freedom to be himself and do exactly what he's supposed to be doing in the field, then he's a bloody hell footballer. He knows exactly what he's supposed to be doing, and we've seen his performance at Chelsea. Few games and all Manchester United fans are now jealous and they want Sancho back into the team. Few days ago, everyone was all over the place telling us how Sancho is never good, how Sancho have no respect for the manager and everything. Right now, Sancho is showing class at Chelsea. Cole scoring 4 goals in the first 45 minutes against Brighton. That shows exactly what Enzo is doing with his team. There is something going on off cameras in the Chelsea team. We are not talking about Ronaldo, we are not talking about Messi, we are not talking about Vinicius Jr., we are not talking about Mbappe, we are not talking about Erling Haaland. We are talking about one of the youngest footballers that Chelsea are now having, who has decided to show us what he's capable of when it comes to football. The free kick was bloody hell free kick. What kind of a free kick was that? Cole, what are you doing with football? Let's wait and see where Chelsea will finish. We now have to wait and see where Chelsea will finish at the end of the season. After their game against Brighton, they'll be playing against Nottingham Forest, of which it will never be a hard game for Chelsea. After Nottingham Forest, they'll be playing against Liverpool. After Liverpool, they'll be playing against Newcastle, who are not doing really well again this season. After Newcastle, they'll be facing Manchester United. After Manchester United, they'll be playing against Arsenal. Their next 4 games may be against Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal and Manchester United will tell us where Chelsea will finish at the end of the season. And maybe Chelsea will manage to qualify for the Champions League this season. Probably you've done it, and we are hoping you're gonna be maintaining your performance maybe for the next 5 seasons. We are now celebrating with you, but we'll be there during your downfall.